The story of the Margate Creative Writing Group really begins earlier this year, 2020. What a strange year that's been. It was January, February time. We had a few meetings. About 20 people came at our height. We didn't really know what was going to happen with the group, and we certainly didn't know what was going to happen with the year.
Hello, my name's April Austin, and I've been writing poetry or prose and journaling most of my life. I've been writing with the Margate Writing School group for, since February, but unfortunately due to COVID, we've had to do most of our classes on Zoom since about March, I believe, which has been sad, but it's kept us going, and there's been a core group that have written together and kept each other sort of feeling positive and picked each other up when we've not been feeling so good. I've had a couple of poems published in a couple of different publications over the years, and I put my poetry and prose on Instagram at Moonstone Bright Poetry. But with the Margate group, we've written quite a lot this year together. We've really worked hard, and we've produced some really good work, and it's just been lovely to work with such a nice group of people and to get to know them and to get to know Helen Marsh as well.
He respects me too, which is nice. I'm glad he does respect me to some extent. I think, like you say, we've got to think of our audience.
Hi, my name is Sharmila Varakara, and I'm a member of the Margate Creative Writers Group.
Well, yeah, but okay, listen, this is the bad shit. What? Junk. The junk. But don't worry, I've just been fucking around with it.
I am a social worker by trade, and I happened to discover the writing group completely by accident.
Do you shoot, Michael? Tell me right now, are you shooting? No, of course not. How much, Michael? It's just once in a while. You doing that shit in here in our home?
I was in Margate on a work task in January of 2020. I'd never been to Margate, but I had to stop in town to get some art supplies to work with a young person.
Where?
And
can't possibly tell you where
I saw this wonderful building, and I was really curious about what went on there. Margate School, and there was a poster on the door advertising the first of the creative writing group's meetings, and I was really intrigued because I loved Margate. I just thought it was beautiful the minute I drove in. And it started from there. And I went to the very first meeting, which I think was in February, late February maybe. And I remained with it and with the group.
What brought us together, I think, was a love of writing. Most of us didn't really want the hard-hitting feedback. I think we wanted a lot of confidence boosting, a lot of somebody saying, yes, you have permission to do writing. Just give yourself some time, have a think, and express yourself. We all loved creativity, creative writing. Some of us were published already, not everybody, but we really found that protected time once a week, 3 hours, to think about ourselves, reflect on our journey, and do some writing, and then share it with each other in a very supportive, non-critical place. That was what was so precious.
Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Cole-Bucheri, and I'm 56 years of age, and I live in Margate on a good old Thanet planet. I've been happily married for some 26 years and consider myself lucky. To a French national, Jean-Philippe, I won't get into Brexit. I use the pseudonym of Cat, as they are my favourite pet, and we are owned by 2 of them. I have a supernatural fantasy sci-fi novel published, although being just the one. I have been writing for many years and come across the Margate School of Writing, which is tutored by Helen, just before COVID. We were fortunate to have met for 3 sessions before the dreaded lockdown. Now, thanks to Zoom, we continue to write using prompts and read our work to each other. We are a very prolific, informal, friendly group and enjoy welcoming other writers. My favourite genres are science fiction, supernatural and thrillers. In fact, anything that I might be inspired by during periods of spontaneous creativity. I use these genres in poetry, prose, micro and flash fiction. I generally keep to these formats as they are more accessible for quick reading, which keep up with today's fast-paced living.
Good to see you here too. Oh, I see. What do you see? Where?
But we've been meeting every week by Zoom, and I've really been quite grateful for the guidance and support of the group, and also for the wonderful generosity of Helen Marsh, our group leader, as well as the wonderful voices, encouragement, and compassion of all my fellow group members. The group helps me to keep joy alive through writing, especially in this time when isolation is pandemic, and it keeps me connected to the creative energy.
I think the fact that we met within the Margate School, the art school, was really supportive. It gave such a creative vibe from the outset, and the Margate School themselves have been so supportive of our writing group. That was very special. It's a wonderful building, the old Woolworths building on Margate High Street, and I think the work that's gone into turning it into an art school and getting that off the ground has just been really inspirational for all of us, and we just wanted to support that with our brand of creativity, which was writing.
They're going to find out that your children's father is their father too. That's going to be both confusing and devastating for them. It's just how it is. And if you want to be involved, it's time they knew. So I should tell them the truth. All of it. Well, obviously it might change how they feel about me, but I suppose I have to find a way to cope with it. It won't be easy. Oh dear, you're really trying to play the victim in this. That's typical for you to do that. Well, it wasn't all my fault. Really? Anyway, I don't think they'd feel much for you anyway. They've not seen you for 5 years.
On. Get my what on? Your shoes. We've got that appointment. What appointment? Here we go. Ouch, don't be so rough. Oh, Mum, have you knocked yourself again? Look at those bruises. It's nothing. Can we go now? In a minute, Holly. I'm trying to get your nan ready. Have you told her about the appointment? What you're doing? Am I seeing Dr. Warner today, love? Yes, Mum. I think it's disgusting. I've been to those places and they're gross. When have you ever been to those places? And keep your voice down. Here's your coat, Mum. No, I'm not going out today, love. See, she wants to stay here. And I went there on a placement. It stinks of wee and everyone looks miserable. Nan will hate it. What will I hate, love? Nothing, Mum, it's fine. Oh, do you have to be so rough, Ellen? You're poorly, Mum. Not me, tough as old boots me. That's as far as I got.
Oh.
Well, thank you again for giving us this opportunity to share our work with you and hope to see you tonight. Bye.
Thanks for listening, watching, whatever.